Pleased to be here with all of you to celebrate the groundbreaking of the Musical Instrument Museum, or MIM as we call it. Phoenix is the perfect home for the world's first global musical instrument museum. MIM is designed to celebrate the history and diversity of musical instruments and their music from every country in the world. Instead of just having it focused primarily on Western music, we would like to bring something to life that actually represented every country in the world. Arguably, what has more impact on lives day in and day out than music?
As an ethnomusicologist, it was an incredible opportunity, obviously, to represent the museum and to collect musical instruments. I've been traveling to Southeast Asia now for the past 12 years. We started in Indonesia and Bali and moved our way across Java and had the opportunity along the way to also acquire instruments from Sumatra. These are areas that are culturally very significant. In Bali specifically, we had the opportunity to collect instruments from lesser-known ensembles, lesser-known areas, especially on the East Coast in Tengganu. Those were significant acquisitions. One set of instruments that we acquired in Tengganu and in Bali. To date now, there's only one existent set of gamelan selunding in the United States, and so we're adding 2 sets of those instruments here at the museum, so that was a significant find.
Und da wir ja hier in Goslar unser Musikinstrumente-Museum bereits jetzt überfüllt ist und eigentlich gar kein Platz mehr an den Wänden ist für irgendetwas, da ich jetzt wusste, dass in Phoenix dieses neue Museum gebaut wird, habe ich gedacht, jetzt ist der richtige Zeitpunkt, einen Teil der Sammlung zu verkaufen an ein anderes Museum.
Traditions are much more linked with national boundaries than instruments are. Musical instruments are cultural artifacts that are moving without state boundaries. So you can, on the one hand, show musical traditions linked with very specific countries, and then from there made links with the instruments. And that's today very important to understand the order.
Well, it's extremely important to show the universality of music, because all over the world, musical instruments are used basically for the same thing. It is the same rituals, the same concerns, the same happiness, the same sorrow, the same meditation that music is used for.
It's very important not only for the musical instruments, but for the way they are played and they are used, because what you see here, it's a musical instrument. It's an object of musical culture. But do you hear the music? Do you know why these instruments are played? No. But now in MIM I have the possibility to do that.
You can see migrations, you can see influences, cross-influences, some influences that came and then went back to the point of origin. History lies told by the winner. The one who won the war makes history. History is a bunch of lies. But this does not lie. This is the proof they were there. Art does not lie. Music is so important that even though civilizations change, rulers, political system, the one thing that remains is music.
I think the great thing about music is that it is something that more often unites us rather than divides us. And music is something that everybody does, everybody enjoys. It is the universal language.
What's so exciting about it is the incredible ingenuity of humans in how they make music, how they built instruments, the kinds of materials they've used, the shapes and sizes and the tones and rhythms that they've come up with to help express emotion.
MIM is the Musical Instrument Museum, a first ever museum that will celebrate musical instruments from around the world.
I'd like it to be a place that's always busy and filled with people, and I want it to be a place that people will come to visit often and not just sort of once in a lifetime.
What excites me about the different instruments is to see all of these different materials out of which instruments are made.
The process of making an instrument, I think when most people think about instrument making, there's an idea of there being a fine-tuning craftsmanship. We are creating an exhibit in Southeast Asia Gallery focused on a gong workshop, much like we visited in Java. And the process of making a gong is just such an incredible physical process. It flips that idea of instrument making on its head, and it has the potential for our guests to really sort of resituate their thinking about different processes in instrument making.
For a visitor coming to MIM, one of the things that's going to be really exceptional is they'll be able to walk literally around the world and get to see a variety of instruments and cultures represented. There will be images that people will be able to take home with them.
So as visitors walk through a display of a particular country, for many countries they'll be watching video of people actually playing that instrument. It's a unique combination of seeing the actual object, the musical instrument itself, seeing video of people playing that instrument in their cultural context, and hearing the actual sounds of the instruments. That kind of seamless blend of all the senses is really part of the warm visitor experience that we think will differentiate MIM from many other museums.
All of the instruments have stories. These stories are connected to people. They're connected to the people who made them, connected to the people who play them. And I think that that's what's most important to me. As I collect instruments, that we make sure that these stories are being told and retold. It's very, very important for the museum to be able to do that.
We're going to take this idea of, here's an instrument you think you know, and there's so much more. And that transfers to the rest of the museum. If the concept of the museum is to say, hey, you maybe know musical instruments, or even if you don't, we're going to show you things that you've never seen before, that you've never even conceived of, and you are going to be truly amazed.
MIM is going to be featured in a new building. It's a big building. It's a 200,000 square foot building, so this is a substantial piece of architecture. The building itself is a beautiful object. It's being built right now.
As we open the building next year, we will bring to our guests a musical experience that cuts across the countries of the world and links very different cultures with a powerful art form they share, music.
Well, I'm happy to tell you a little bit about the theater. As you know, we have many incredible instruments, but we also have the opportunity to see instruments played in a world-class auditorium.
Well, right now, in the middle of this fabulous architectural complex, we're in what is my favorite thing. I think it's going to be an absolute jewel. This is the Music Theater. We want this to be absolutely one of the best in the world.
We are collecting instruments from every country in the world. MIM does feature a unique team of talent that's been pulled here to work on this project. So there's a wonderful energy within the team and within the offices as people have brought all their various life experiences to Phoenix to do this project together as a team.
Fill my heart with song. Let me sing forevermore.
So what an honor it is for me to be here today and salute not only Steinway, but this new wonderful museum that's about to happen.
I'd like to thank Frank Mazurko and Steinway & Sons for their partnership in hosting this event this evening, and Tony Bennett for his continuing support. Their lifetime commitment to creating and sharing music with others embodies the passion that we hope guests will feel when they visit the Musical Instrument Museum.
I honestly believe that as immense as this project is and as complicated as it is, it's very doable and it's very exciting to be starting from the beginning and looking at all the pieces of the puzzle from the beginning and putting them together in a novel way and become a world-class museum.